Carolyn, why are you running annoying decks?
Gotta catch 'em all.
What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. The Queen's Cup is here, you guys. How is it going for you guys? For me, I haven't played that much, but it's going pretty well. But yeah, dude, Carolyn is being annoying and running annoying decks. Like the Swablues and the Stuffle in one deck. I was like, really? Kahikyo tweeted that picture, and I was pretty upset. I haven't actually played Carolyn yet, because I haven't played that much. But I don't want to play her when she decides to play that deck. Before we get into today's episode, we have 3 booster slots, 2 rainbows. Dude, we gotta get an EX. I'm due for an EX. Let's get an EX. Here we go. Maybe we'll get 2. Maybe we'll get 3. A rare? Ooh, rare metal? Rare cube. Nice. I can finally get my Sableye almost up to chain 10, so I'm actually really happy about that. It's Friday, guys. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Let's start with the rainbow booster, the first of 2. It is a Lapras. Okay, the last rainbow booster, you guys. We gotta get an EX here. Can we please? Do what K-Dub does. I don't know where K-Dub's been, man. I hope he's okay. Haven't heard from him in a while, but we're gonna spin real quick, get that Lunala luck, sprinkle that Psychic Dust on. Ooh! Yeah, we got a Venusaur. We got an EX. That it worked. But it's a Venusaur. I don't want a Venusaur. Okay. I want some new figures, man. Alright, guys, so let's cover the Queen's Cup really fast. I think we have like a long. Yep. Okay. Gotta do this thing. Alright, Queen's Cup is for like, I don't even know, like 5 days. We have a long time. So yeah, let's take a look where I'm at. I'm only at not 5,000 points yet, so we're not even halfway to the Shiny Rayquaza, and I've seen people already using Shiny Rayquaza. Dude, I'm jealous. Like, I want the Shiny Rayquaza, and then we have the EX Cube at 13,000. Now take a look at the rankings, you guys. Let's go to the top. Above the borderline? Wait, how do I go to the top? Okay. 40,000. Oh my. This man really wants that mask. And guess what? You are going to get it. What deck are you running? Why do we even care? Because you're just playing in here. Yeah. 40,000 points. It's probably safe to say that I probably won't be getting the mask, but those of you guys who are grinding, I hope you guys get it. Me, I just personally don't have that much time. But I want to not really cover the Queen's Cup because I know that's what everybody's doing. I know the game's going to be a little slow right now, so I kind of want to show you guys some competitive duels, okay? So before we jump into that, let's take a look at a Reddit post, and this comes by, where's your name? It comes from YN1919, okay? So he made a post talking about the different tiers of the meta right now. And the top tier is what you're mostly seeing is the Ultra Beast decks. I mean, they're kind of prevalent everywhere. The Rush decks, Kahikyo hitting that 4K, congratulations, that's awesome. We all know Rush decks. Those are the 2 main decks. And then right below that, the third tier is the Phantom Curse deck. I don't know if many of you have seen this deck, but I've ran into this deck probably 3 to 5 times. And when I first ran into it, it was actually back in the last gym we had, the Dark Fairy. Was it the Dark Fairy? And I was really intrigued by it. I thought it was pretty cool. But like I don't see it that much. Like I said, I played like 3 to 5, I think, since then. And then it shows the rest, the double Altaria. It talks about figures to watch out for, which I actually really agree with. I don't know about Shiny Rayquaza. I just don't know. I mean, it's still early, but I do definitely think Terrakion is going to be back in the meta because of the Ultra Beast. And I actually think that Combuskin and Blaziken are going to be back into the meta. So, what we're going to do is we're going to watch a duel I had. This was like a couple days ago. This was actually like, I think it might have been Monday. So we're going to watch that. Let me put the duel ID. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are in the game. Unfortunately, it's not my point of view, it's from my opponent's point of view. And let me stop this game as soon as possible so we can kind of review what's going on here. This comes from TY2ZER. I don't know the acronyms. I mean, I work on a military base and they're all about acronyms. I don't know what the acronym is. But I want to do like a new series, like a competitive duel series and identifying threats and how to handle them. Now this deck, I like that. I think it is. I don't think it's in the third tier, unfortunately, because we all know Pokemon Duel. Pokemon Duel, power creep. This deck gets completely walled by circuitry or anything that negates energies, because this is a Phantom Curse deck. So a Phantom Curse deck, the main thing here in the deck is the Phantom Energy. And for those of you that don't know what Phantom Energy does, let me just cover it really fast. During this duel, the Ghost type Pokemon can move over Pokemon affected by a special condition when using an MP move. In addition, when you are one or more of your Ghost Pokemon surround an opposing Pokemon, if they were 3 or more opposing Pokemon on the field on your opponent's bench with the same name, when it is surrounded, they are excluded. Right? They are removed from the game. So this was prevalent back when Dio decks were huge. They released this Phantom Energy. And the main thing here is to confuse your opponents or status condition your opponents, have them take your entry points, then you can move from the bench past them, okay? That's what this deck centers around. Max Revive to help. And another thing is, take a look at this deck. We have the Tapu Fini. Now the Tapu Fini's ability is when it's on the board, your water mons move one space away from the entry points. So even if they're taken, you can still move them next to the Pokemon that is on the entry point. So it's a really the reason why I love this deck. It's just there's so much synergy and there's so much thought behind the deck. But like I said, unfortunately, Pokemon Duel and Power Creep, it gets walled completely. But if you look at my deck, it's not. I don't have the things that wall this deck. I have your normal kinda anti-meta deck. I'm actually running the same deck, except I took out Sableye and I put Terrakion back in. I haven't actually started running it because I've been practicing, or not practicing, but just kind of messing around with other decks. But yeah, so this is how. When you see this deck, when I saw this deck, I was like, okay, the immediate threat here is Poliwrath. He's public enemy number 1 because his ability, when you attack it, you become confused. So he's public enemy number 1. Public enemy number 2 is the Sableye, because Sableye causes status condition. He either burns you or he confuses you. He's got basically a 67% chance of status conditioning you. And we always got to watch out for the Mimikyu because of the curse and his abilities. So he's got the disguise, so you have to take him out twice. And then Suicune removes status conditions from your team. And he's also got that sizable sheer cold, which just knocks you out. Okay, so let's watch how this deck or how this game unfolds. Opponent goes first, immediately plays the Phantom Energy. I move up Coco. Opponent decides to open up defensively, and I think with this deck, we're gonna pause real quick. You have to play defensively. Look at the deck. There's no runner, but just because there's no runner doesn't mean it's in trouble, because it's got the Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini can deal with the rushes because you can take the entry points, but you can still move on the Poliwrath or the Suicune, which is really good because nobody's going to want to attack into Poliwrath because they become confused. Nobody wants to attack into Suicune because you risk the chance of getting frozen by the Ice Beam or the Sheer Cold. All right, let's continue. So what I decided to do is, since he's being defensive, I'm going to be defensive as well, because I don't want to be the first one to... I want to be the first one to draw blood. So I'm going to wait for my opponent to... I want him to make a move to where I can set the matchups. So he's being defensive, and you can see I'm being that annoying player who's just going back and forth, back and forth. He moves up Sableye, which is fine. And then he moves up Poliwrath. Okay, so he moves up Poliwrath here, and I decided to take a step back. A good play would to bring up the Combusken. Here's my plan. Combusken matches up with Poliwhirl the best because I have the Cyclone Kick. If I get the Cyclone Kick, I KO the Poliwrath. He confuses me, but then I evolve into Blaziken, and I will not be confused anymore. But instead of moving up Combusken here, I didn't, because I know that if I did, the Sableye would hop over the Poliwrath and then attack my Combusken. So I'm still, like I said, I'm waiting for my opponent to make a mistake. And here is where he makes a mistake. He moves up a Sableye, and I'm like, you're dead. DCing straight with my Zapdos, which is good, but at the same time, it does set the chain reaction. Because now, after I do take out the Sableye, he can freely attack into my Zapdos and confuse me. And a confused Zapdos is not that good. You go straight for the attack. Gets the roost, and I'm like, come on, Zapdos, at least KO this man. At least KO this man so we can make him burn the Max Revive. But instead, I get the roost, man, and I have to close off that Suicune. I don't want him advancing on my side. So now I'm kind of setting up just the basic Shuppet wall here. My opponent, he moves up the Lunala, and then he hops over. So I'm gonna pause real quick. Well, I'm gonna talk about this after. I get the Confuse Ray onto his Psychic. So the reason why I did not move up my Sableye when he moved up, so basically when somebody moves right here, you know they're gonna hop over you. They know they're gonna attack your Mon, and typically what you want to do is you want to move your Mon right here. The reason why I didn't, I was like, there's no way Lunala is going to attack into Sableye. If he does, it's a very ballsy thing to do. And he does it. And I get the Confuse Ray, and I'm like, what are you doing? But this man is smart. He runs this deck, and I'm assuming does pretty well. Tapu Fini's 2 steps away. Part of Tapu Fini's ability is your Mons don't get status condition. Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon are not affected by new special conditions. And I was like, damn. That was a great play on his part. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him because I didn't hit my my attack, my gold. But I mean, it's a free attack. But then my opponent makes a huge mistake here. He DCs and he goes after my Lunala. And the mistake he wasn't thinking of. Well, I guess he was trying to. Wait a minute, yeah, he definitely should have. I don't know why he didn't roll again. But the problem was I had my Sableye, so he's -1 on his attack. But he DC'd there, so I don't know why he didn't just go for the Moongeist Beam again. I don't know, misplay right there. Yeah, misplay on my opponent's part. I didn't notice that until that now. But see, I did back up my Zapdos with the Combusken. Here comes the chain reaction. I took out his Sableye. He took out my Zapdos. I took out his Poliwrath. We got rid of the threat. This is the main threat of the deck. It is gone. And I'm super happy. I'm confused, but now I get to evolve. And my opponent immediately goes for the Max Revive. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, man. Like, really? You're really going to do that? So I was so upset there. And the thing is, I didn't want my... I don't really want to... I don't know why, actually. I don't know why I Max Revive my Zap right there. I'm not entirely sure. And this player here, I'm not entirely sure why I tagged into Sableye. I mean, I was hoping to get my Quick Attack into the purple. I mean, like I said, 67% that roll. Loses to my gold, but my gold I only hit about 33% of the chance. And then, come on, Blaze. Like, really? You're really... This was actually, I think, like the first game I put Blaziken back in my deck, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how much you love to hit Jet Kick, and I was really upset with that. But the good thing is we removed this threat again. However, I am now confused. Fortunate roll there. Very, very fortunate roll there. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna kind of talk about what the decks here. So my opponent is in a questionable position here because he's got the Phantom Energy, but he's only got 1 Ghostmon on the bench. Okay, and I know better. I'm not gonna take the entry point because I know they can come right on and attack me. And he only has 2 Watermons on the board. He actually needs another Watermon on the bench to prevent to help him from being put in a bad position. Here I attack because I'm really I get a fortunate roll here, and like I'm like, dude, confused Zapdos. I kind of wanted to start cycling my Mons. Is what I kind of want to do. I don't want to burn the Max Revive yet, but he starts advancing with Lunala, and I'm like, all right, I have to burn the Max Revive. I gotta bring on Blaziken because I don't want to bring over my Sableye. But then he brings that man back on, and I'm like, okay, I have to put Sableye on here now. And then my opponent, I don't know, I think, in my opinion, I probably would have just gone for the Solgaleo, risking to get surrounded, and trying to get that purple. I think that's what I would have done, but yeah, he just decides to attack my Lunala. And here I move my Coco because I'm thinking that I'm just going to try and surround this Mimikyu, but then I totally forgot that this Mimikyu is a Fairy type. So even if I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it if I wanted to. But now we got my opponent in a predicament. All I gotta do is win this roll here. Confuse Ray, and I'm like, okay, this is good. but then I'm like, oh wait, now we're both confused. I'm making some mistakes here. I definitely should be attacking with Coco. I should have put Coco on the entry point and then moved my Sableye out of the way. That's what I definitely should have been doing. And now I finally do it. I move my Coco there, and I'm like, alright, now I just gotta move Sableye away. But for some reason, I decide to attack again with Sableye. It's just a wasted turn, man. I don't know what I was thinking, just hoping to get the Confuse Ray. But now we're in trouble. Zapdos is cursed, and I'm like, oh no. But it's now or never. Now I have to remove the Sableye, and now the following turn I have to attack, and then we'll be okay. He attacks again my Zapdos, and I'm like, no. Okay, things are okay. Now Coco, all Coco has to do is win this roll, and we're pretty good. It's almost GG, boys. Half that will is a miss, and I get the quick attack, and he gets the miss, and I'm super excited. Because now all I have to do, Zapdos, a confused Zapdos, not that good, but all he's got to do is survival roll right here. DCs. Come on, Zapdos. I think, in my opinion, he probably should have been attacking with Sableye. I don't know why he wasn't attacking with Sableye. But all I gotta do is survive, and he gets the curse, and I'm like, oh, because I would have been banished right there, and that would have been terrible. But yeah, that's the game for today. I kind of wanted, like I said, I just wanted to show some different things, because the meta right now it's just ruled by Rush decks and the Ultra Beast decks. But I really like this deck. Like I said, I've played it 3 to 5 times. I think it's such a really unique deck. It has great synergy. How this deck could be better, though, in my opinion, I like that he rocked Poliwrath just to use Poliwrath, but I think Seismitoad's better. Seismitoad and Gengar are better just because the synergy that they have. Because Seismitoad has such more survivability when attacking, and when you're attacking, you're poison, and like I said, he survives better. And then of course Gengar and Gengar's ability to jump over poison mons and KOs them. So but yeah, that's the video for today. I hope you guys are grinding in the Queen's Cup, because I sure am. Just trying to get my 13,000 points. Probably getting cut it right there. There's no reason for me really to continue on. I don't know. I'm probably not going to grind for the mask, but we're going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.